In the Long Dark, survival is just as much about strategy and preparation as it is about facing the wilderness head-on. The game's menus are your lifeline, providing vital information and tools to stay one step ahead of the elements. For new players, understanding these menus is the first step to thriving in the quiet apocalypse. In this video, I will explain how to access the essential menus and explain how to use them, as well as what critical information they can tell you. So, let's get into it. Understanding how to access and navigate the menus in the Long Dark is crucial for survival. These menus house all the information and tools you need to monitor your condition, manage resources, craft essential items, and track progress. So, let's walk through how to open and use them, whether you're playing on PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. Each platform has specific controls for opening the menus. Here's how you can access them. On PC, you can use the tab button to open your survival menu. On Xbox, you'll use Y to open your survival menu, and on PlayStation, you can use the triangle button. Once you open the menus, navigating them is straightforward. Use the mouse on PC to navigate between tabs, while on Xbox and PlayStation, you will use your left and right triggers to navigate the sections of your survival menu. Then you'll use the directional keys to navigate within that section. Many menus, like the backpack, allow sorting by weight, condition, or alphabetically. Use the sorting feature to find items quickly when you're in a hurry. You can also hover over or highlight items to view details about their condition, weight, and effects. This feature is invaluable for understanding what each item does. Mastering menu navigation will make your survival journey much smoother, allowing you to quickly find the information and resources you need to adapt to the challenges of the Long Dark. You can also access your Radial Menu, which is like a shortcut to help you quickly use items in your backpack, like getting to food items or medical supplies. It's also worth noting some actions like mapping or building a snow shelter can only be done through your Radial Menu. To access the Radial Menu, hold spacebar on PC, left bumper on Xbox, or L1 on PlayStation. But let's first go over the survival menu tabs and what you can find within them. Starting with the status menu, this is your survival dashboard, providing vital information about your condition and the environment around you. Keeping an eye on this menu is essential for making informed decisions and staying alive. The status menu is divided into several key sections. The condition bar, located in the center under your character. This bar represents your overall health. Condition decreases due to cold, hunger, thirst, injuries, or afflictions. It can be restored by maintaining positive survival metrics and sleeping. Survival meters, displayed on the left, these meters show warmth, which indicates your body temperature, fatigue, which tracks your energy levels, sleeping restores this, thirst, this measures hydration, drinking water or other liquids replenishes it. Hunger represents your calorie intake, eating food fills this meter. Stored calories are also shown here, with a max of 2,500 calories. Next is environmental conditions. On this panel, first you'll see temperature. This shows the air temperature. Then you'll see wind chill, which is a separate measurement affecting how quickly you lose warmth. Then you'll have the feels like temperature, which combines all factors to display the actual temperature impacting your character. Located in the top right, you'll see the time of day. This clock-like graphic indicates the current time and remaining daylight or nighttime hours. This helps you plan your activities and rest periods. Then we have afflictions, any injuries, illnesses, or ongoing effects like hypothermia risk, sprains, or any other condition currently affecting you are displayed on the right. Highlighting an affliction will let you view the details and instructions for treatment. Check your status menu frequently to ensure your survival metrics are in good shape. Prioritize addressing critical needs like warmth and hydration first, as their depletion impacts your condition the fastest. Use environmental data to decide whether it's safe to travel or to stay sheltered. Monitor your afflictions and treat them promptly using items from your inventory. The status menu is your lifeline in the Long Dark. Mastering its details will help you stay ahead of the game and make survival a little less daunting. Next up, we have the clothing menu. The clothing menu is divided into several sections to help you manage your gear. In the middle, you'll see a character overview. This displays a visual representation of your character with slots for different body parts, like head, torso, legs, feet, hands, and accessories. Each slot shows the item currently equipped, or it'll be empty if there's nothing there. Selecting a clothing item displays its stats on the right, like warmth, how much it increases your feel-like temperature, its windproofness, which is protection against wind chill, the waterproofness, which is resistance to wetness from snow or water, protection, which reduces physical damage from falls or wildlife attacks, mobility, which is how the item impacts your ability to sprint, the item's weight, which is how heavy the item is, and also its condition. Use these stats to compare items and choose the best gear for your situation. In the bottom left, we'll see a display which shows us all the critical information about the clothing we're currently wearing. This will show us our overall warmth bonus, the total windproofness, total protection from clothing, and any mobility penalties. Clothing in your inventory can also be assessed and compared. Highlight an item and move between them to see how it stacks up against what you're currently wearing. You can also complete some actions from the clothing menu, like equipping clothing. You can do this by selecting an item in your inventory or click an equip slot to replace it with a different piece. You can also repair clothing from here. Damaged clothing loses its effectiveness. Use cloth, sewing kits, or fishing tackle to repair items to full condition. And you can harvest clothing. Ruined clothing can't be worn, but can be harvested for raw materials like cloth or cured leather. The clothing menu is your tool for staying warm, dry, and protected. By managing your apparel wisely, you'll be better equipped to handle challenges of the long dark. Next up, we have the backpack menu. The backpack menu is where you manage your inventory, organize your supplies, and monitor your encumbrance. The backpack menu is organized to make managing your inventory easier. Here's what you'll find. Items are divided into clear categories to help you find what you need quickly. All displays everything in your inventory. Fire starting includes matches, accelerants, and firewood. First aid is bandages, antiseptics, and medicines. Clothing is all wearable items, including those that are not currently equipped. Next, we have food and drink, which are consumables like cooked meals, canned foods, and water. Next, we have tools, which will show knives, hatchets, firearms, fishing gear, and other equipment. Next, we have the materials tab, which contains crafting items like cloth, cured leather, and scrap metal. And if you have the Tales from the Far Territory DLC, you'll see an additional tab, which is for decoration. Use these tabs to focus on specific categories when searching for items. You're also able to sort items in your backpack. You can sort items by alphabetical order, which makes it easier to locate specific items. Weight helps identify heavy items when managing encumbrance, and condition ensures you use or repair items before they deteriorate. Encumbrance is shown at the top left of the screen. A white bar indicates that you're within your carry weight limit. A red bar indicates you're over-encumbered, which slows you down. Additionally, modifiers like the technical backpack or moosehide satchel can increase your carrying capacity, as well as getting the well-fed buff. To interact with an item, highlight an item and see its details and available actions. You can consume food or drinks to address your hunger. You can use medical supplies or equip tools. You can repair using sewing kits or fishing tackle. You can harvest to break down items into raw materials. And you can drop items to remove them and reduce your weight. The backpack is your lifeline in the long dark. By keeping your inventory organized and well managed, you'll always be ready to face the challenges of the wilderness. Next up is the crafting menu. This is where you can create essential survival items like bandages, arrows, clothing, and tools. The menu is structured to help you find recipes and to start crafting efficiently. The categories on this are all, which shows all crafting recipes, fire starting, which are blueprints for items like tinder plugs. First aid will allow you to craft bandages or old man's beard wound dressings, and even teas. Clothing helps you craft warm items like deerskin boots or bear hide coats. Tools will allow you to make survival items like snares, fishing tackle, and improvised knives. There are also multiple crafting menus. Not everything can be crafted straight from your inventory. So items are sorted and labeled so you know where you can craft them. There are items that are craftable anywhere, which you can craft in your inventory, such as bandages. Then there are items that can be crafted at the workbench. Larger, more complex items require a crafting station. Then there's the forge, which is essential for creating metal tools like an improvised knife or hatchet. The ammunition workbench is used to craft bullets and gunpowder. There are some items that can only be crafted at an active fire, like fire-hardened arrows, which require a burning fire. Then if you have the Tales from the Far Territory DLC, you'll also be able to get access to the furniture workbench, which allows you to craft specific items for furniture. Blueprints can be helpful whenever you're trying to decide what you want to craft, because it'll show the ingredients, meaning which materials they require, the time, how long it takes to craft, and the location where the recipe can be crafted, like a workbench, forge, or just in your inventory. Highlighting a recipe shows its details, including the stats and the effects of the finished item. Once you've selected a recipe, ensure you have all the required materials in your inventory. Progress bars indicate how much time has passed. You can cancel mid-craft if necessary. Once you start crafting something, you will get a version of that item in your inventory that cannot be interacted with. If this happens, it means the item is not fully crafted yet, so navigate back to your crafting menu and see if the item needs more time put into it to finish crafting it. The crafting menu is essential for turning raw materials into survival tools. By understanding how to navigate and utilize this menu, you will be well prepared to thrive in the long dark. Next up, we have the recipe book. The recipe book is a helpful tool introduced with the Tales from the Far Territory DLC, which guides players through creating advanced meals and beverages. These recipes can provide significant survival benefits such as restoring fatigue or health or improving overall condition. The recipe book organizes recipes into 3 categories accessible via the left-hand tabs. Cooking pot recipes, which require a cooking pot and include advanced meals like stews or porridges. Cooking skillet recipes, which are specific recipes for skillets, like pancakes. And then you have no tool recipes. Each recipe entry provides detailed information, like the ingredients. It'll show you a list of all the required ingredients and quantities. Cooking time shows you how long the recipe will take to cook. Calories and hydration display the nutritional value provided by the finished dish. Affliction benefits, which highlights any conditions the recipe can help cure or mitigate, like fatigue reduction or increased carry capacity. While some recipes are available by default, others require you to find their instructions in the world. Default recipes like basic teas and stews are accessible from the start. To use recipes, you first want to make sure you gather the ingredients. Ensure you have all the required items in your inventory. Then you want to find a fire source. Recipes must be crafted at an active fire, like a campfire, stove, or fireplace. Then you'll select the recipe. Open the recipe book, choose the desired dish, and confirm. Then you're going to monitor cooking. Keep an eye on the cooking process to avoid burning your food. The recipe book adds a depth to your survival strategy by allowing you to prepare advanced consumables. Learning to use this tool effectively will enhance your chances of thriving in the long dark. Next up, we have Tales objectives. These will only be here if you have the Tales from the Far Territory DLC, which is specifically designed to track your progress through the unique narrative-driven objectives within the game. This menu displays a list of active tales you've unlocked and their associated objectives with each tale. Next up, we have the Journal menu. The Journal menu is an essential tool in the long dark, helping you track your progress, monitor skills, and stay organized during your survival journey. Its features cater both to experienced players and beginners looking to keep their playthrough structured. The Journal menu consists of several submenus, each with a unique purpose. The first one is the log. This provides a day-by-day overview of your survival journey. It records events like locations discovered. It's a useful tool for reflecting on past decisions and planning future strategies. Next up, we have the Skills tab. This displays your progress in key survival skills such as fire starting, cooking, and archery. It highlights the perks you've unlocked at each skill level and tracks how close you are to leveling up to each skill. Next up, we have the Collections tab. Logs all notes and documents you found during your exploration and acts as a repository for lore and hints about the world of the long dark. The next tab is Rock Caches, which lists all the rock caches you've created organized by region. It's useful for keeping track of resource storage locations during extended playthroughs. And note, a maximum of 5 rock caches can be created per region. Next up, we have General Notes. Customizable notepad for jotting down personal reminders or important information. Use it to document stash locations, coordinates, or key strategies. And finally, we have the Stats tab, which provides detailed statistics about your current playthrough and past playthroughs. You can compare stats with personal all-time high scores sorted by difficulty level. and also track metrics such as time survived, wildlife encounters, calories burned, and more. If you have the Tales from the Far Territory DLC, you'll have 2 additional tabs on the screen. The first one is going to show all of your active trade requests with the trader. So if you're trading with the trader, this will show you what items you've asked him for and what items he wants in return. The next tab will be the Pictures tab. This will pretty much show you all the photos you have taken with the new camera. The Journal menu is a versatile tool that not only enhances survival, but also adds depth and organization to your gameplay. Next up, we have the Map menu. The Map menu in the Long Dark is a powerful tool for navigating and planning, especially for beginners unfamiliar with the game's expansive regions. While exploration is key to survival, the map helps you keep track of important locations and stay oriented in the harsh wilderness. Please be aware that in the Long Dark, you are not given any map by default. You will be required to make your own map using charcoal. Charcoal can be taken from burnt out fires and can be used to add new areas to your map. Map as you go to ensure you don't miss any key locations during exploration. And that is everything that is included in your survival menu. It is also important to know that your survival menu does not pause your game and you can still be affected by the environment. So make sure you're in a safe location before really diving into this menu for extended periods of time. If you want to pause your game, you will need to access the Options menu. The Options menu can be accessed by pressing Escape on PC or the select buttons on either Xbox or PlayStation controller. Now let's get into the Radial menu. The Radial menu in the Long Dark is divided into several sections, each offering quick access to important tools, items, and actions. Let's explore each category and what you can do within it. First up is light sources. This provides quick access to items that illuminate your surroundings, like matches, flares, lanterns, flashlights, and torches. Next up is food, which allows you to quickly consume food items without opening your backpack. All carried food, including packaged snacks, raw or cooked meat, and crafted meals can be found here. Next up is weapons, which provides access to your arsenal for defense, hunting, or distraction. Here you can find your bow, rifles, revolvers, distress pistol, noisemakers, and stones. Next up is the decoy drop. This allows you to drop raw or cooked meat or fresh guts as a decoy to distract predators. And this pretty much includes all smelly items in your inventory. Next up is the navigation tab, which offers tools to aid in exploration and tracking your surroundings. The things you can do here is check out your map, also use charcoal to draw maps, place rock caches in the world as long as you have the materials to build them, access spray paint, and also the handheld shortwave radio, which tracks signals and Tales from the Far Territory. Next up, we have the campcraft menu, which provides access to survival tools for setting up camp or preparing food. Within this menu, you can start a campfire, place your bedroll, place and build a snow shelter, place snares for catching rabbits, place fishing holes, place fishing tip-up lines, and pass time, which allows you to fast forward time. The next tab is your first aid tab. This will allow you to quickly access medical supplies to treat injuries and illnesses. The things you can access here are bandages, antiseptics, painkillers, antibiotics, and emergency stims. The next tab is the drinks tab, which offers a selection of beverages to restore hydration or provide buffs, or even help you warm up. You can also open your status menu from here by clicking on the center option. If certain items are missing from the Radial menu due to overcrowding, you can manually add them. Open your backpack, select an item, and choose Add to Radial. By mastering the Radial menu and understanding each section, you can streamline your gameplay and respond to survival challenges quickly and efficiently. And that's everything you need to know about your survival menu and the Radial menu in the Long Dark. I hope this guide helps you. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay warm, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.